Unfortunately, that was an open wound because my flesh kind of melted off a little bit in a certain area.
Okay.
And because of that, they don't recommend putting mustard on it. You can cause infections. So they just recommend washing it, soap and water, putting on some kind of burn ointment if you have it, but otherwise just keeping it moist and wrapped up because you just want to keep it as moist as possible in order to heal it as quickly as possible.
Yeah, yeah. I knew
Oh yeah,
like not in that amount of details that you know it, but I knew that there was
first
something on
aid.
the mustard that would help with some type of chemical or something like that that would help with the skin and stuff like that. But yeah, I
Yeah.
never had it or used it on a burn that has melted my flesh or open wounds. So
Yeah,
I've
they
had
just
a lot of burns in my life, but nothing that melted my my
yeah,
flesh. So
just to be on the safe side, a lot of times mustard isn't not only does it have a lot of chemicals in it, but it's really easy to just grow bacteria and condiments.
yeah.
And
Now I've heard, but I've never done it before. I don't know. You can tell me if I'm right, if it's true or not. A slice of tomato, does that work as well for burns?
it can work for like a soothing effect, similarly to having aloe in the fridge.
Okay. Yeah,
But it's not gonna
I heard.
it's not gonna heal anything. It's just gonna help ease the
Yeah. Okay.
pain.
Yeah, I heard
Um,
that tomato does that wonders. I'm like, oh no,
I just recommend using burn ointment.
burn ointment.
Yeah, medicine would be good. Like if you have like a wound.
But at
I
least
did a
in my work area, it's really hard to have medicine because you're like in the moment right there.
They
Literally,
should have burn ointment
if
available.
you get burned, you just put it to a side, just let it go. Or if you cut yourself, you just grab tape and literally put a napkin, tape it around, and put a glove and just keep on working. Like,
Just put first aid supplies in the kitchen.
Yeah.
oh, we've been battling for that, and we never have because we have a loss prevention office, so they have to take you to loss prevention office for that
listen. As
specifically.
somebody who's been injured at work a lot as well, reason
Stop doing that then.
consistently keep my first aid licensing. Um, just you know what, your work isn't worth suffering over. So just stop doing what you're doing and go get first aid.
Also, I think health regulations requires first aid kit in a kitchen.
It absolutely does.
They they cover it up with the office in LP. At the office like
Nearby,
loss prevention. Yeah, nearby.
nearby, in
Not
the
necessary.
facility, I would say.
Yeah.
None of the kitchens I worked in had a first aid kit in the kitchen.
Yep.
It was
Same.
always like in the office.
But I'm smart. I have a first aid pack in my backpack that I carry with me to work all the time, so
Just use it.
I do.
Does it have burn cream?
Probably ran out of it. I had like this burnt powder as well. It's no, it's not a burnt powder. It's a, I think it's a clogging, not clogging, something that makes your
is it a
your
blood clotting agent?
yeah, yes, there you go. That it's a powder.
This sounds gross.
Blood
It is
clotting
really
agent. I
gross.
used to
It
use
really.
that at the nail salon when people got hurt.
And but mainly I just use it for people that cut themselves. I, knocking on wood, haven't cut myself in a long ass time because I'm actually careful.
Well,
One
good,
of
because being diabetic can really affect that.
Yay! I know that one of the guys that I work with, the thumb, he literally cut it all the way almost down to the bone. I almost cut the whole finger off. And yeah, when I try to help him and stuff like
He
that, but
just put a napkin and taped it up.
he put a napkin. I helped him with some peroxide and stuff like that, and cleaning it and everything like that. And blood just kept gushing. And I'm like, "Yep, you're gonna have to get stitches, buddy. You go to loss prevention, go to the office and report it. There ain't nothing that I can do for you."
boy.
Go to the
Yeah.
hospital.
Right?
Yeah, he got probably around 6 stitches or something in his thumb because he cut through the nail and everything all the way down, literally almost cutting his finger apart. It was interesting. It was fun to see.
Ouch.
The worst part of it is it was with a dull knife, not even a sharp one. That's more painful.
Must have been velocity. Don't cut so violently, bud.
Well, that's what you get for hating on lettuce because he was just cutting lettuce.
Oh my god! That's not even hard to cut!
Exactly.
That's why he was using the dull knife.
Homie! That's like, here's your baby knife. Cut this with a butter knife, and you cut your hand open.
I have cut my hand with a plastic knife before.
That's
I mean, we can't say much. We get paper cuts. Come on. I mean.
It's true.
Did you put some napkins
okay, but have you gotten an aluminum cut?
Yes, that's it.
Those are worse.
Oh, aluminum cut? Yes, that shit stings.
One time, I had my tin cup that I used for terpenoid for painting, and I was cleaning it out, and I forgot that it was just like an opened tin can, and I went and I was like, let me wipe this out. And I spun it around, and the sharp edge cut all the way around my hand and got turpentine and oil paint directly in the wound immediately. And I was at the studio at Lewis, and it was like after hours, so there weren't classes, and I was just like walking around because I'd used all my band-aids, so I was just trying to find random people, and I didn't know any of the people that were there, and I was just like, do you have band-aids?
Oh my god.
And I just kept wandering around until I found someone who got me band-aids. I don't recommend that one.
No, definitely
Did
not.
you guys use glass for oil paint?
No.
So we used glass as a palette, and
we used tinfoil.
Glass, you just use a cute little knife, right?
Yeah.
Well, I was cleaning it and I slipped and I cut my whole palm open with the knife that I had been scraping disgusting old paint with. And that was pretty horrendous. Also, I couldn't get a chunk of paint out of my palm, but...
Blood.
Yikes.
It'll work its way
That's what
out.
blood's for. You just let it bleed a while.
It should be a horror movie with the whole movie and like the whole premise of it is just like horrible cuts on like tin cans and like books and stuff.
Yeah, though.
That would be like... They made 100 Saw movies. One of those had to have been like a guy got killed by like 1,000 little paper cuts on his fingers.
Oh my god, that would be...
Because I could feel it right now with all of these descriptions. Like every time, every wound I've ever had is now reopening, and I'm feeling it again.
Holy God.
It's the end of the X-Men movie where Wolverine's all his cuts open up all over his body all at once.
Oh my god. If something like that was an actual thing, I think I would bleed to death with how many...
Yes, you would!
It's a thing.
Like, with all the cut that I've had in my life.
It's called butterfly syndrome. That is a thing.
That sounds like it sucks.
Yeah,
if you
it
get
really does.
breathed on too hard, your skin just rips open.
Sounds like the name is a trap.
Well, you know how if you touch a butterfly's wing, they immediately can't fly anymore because they're weak? That.
Some of them are dumb. Are there like butterfly? There's like a species of butterfly or moth or something that just doesn't have a mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, doesn't it just die?
Yeah, it can't eat. It can't do anything. It just like you got to breed now. That's the only thing you're capable of. You better hurry up because you're gonna die real soon.
Pretty dumb. Breed quick. You're starving. Well, that's pretty dumb.
It's not. I'm not. There's no way to live your life. I'm not gonna do it.
Good call.
Quickly make a baby before starving to death. You're not gonna do that.
I'm gonna use the mouth and everything. Eat food.
They don't even know they're starving though, because they don't know what eating is, or that it gets better. They're just like immediately suffering.
Okay, but they have memories of their caterpillar form. And
Oh, so they used to be able to eat, and now they
Yeah.
can't? No,
Yeah.
now that sucks.
Yeah. All they did was eat. Their whole life up until that point was just eating. And then you weave a little cocoon and you come out and you can't eat anymore.
You turn
No, that
into
sucks.
goo and you lose your mouth. Still have memories of being a caterpillar.
It's Harlan Ellison made up that freaking moth and made it a reality.
Some animals are just why?
It's just wild. I mean, that's all.
Chinchillas? You just look
Yeah.
at it funny and it dies, and you're like, why?
Yeah,
Why
they
do you
weren't,
exist?
they weren't made to last.
No.
Not
You
good.
pick it up wrong, dead. You feed it a piece of hay, dead.
Koalas only eat eucalyptus leaves, which is a terrible food that doesn't help you very well at all. So they have to eat it all the time.
And they get jacked up.
No, and then they poop. And then they feed their poop to their babies.
It's not a good idea.
They're a stupid animal.
Dumb
They don't-
ones.
Nutrients to have brain cells.
All right, this is episode number 77.
Woo!
Double sevens, it's lucky.
We hope so.
It's an triple.
700 episodes? Homie skillety.
I don't think that that's possible. This ain't Doctor Who or whatever it is that goes up.
Yeah, this would be a
Days of our lives.
Supernatural.
a campaign with the
Right.
childrens of our childrens and the childrens of our children's childrens.
We're all super old.
We
Wow.
will. We'll be dead. There'll be other people. We all recast.
It's not even 3 years.
This one's called Freyor. That's it, one word title.
That means it's epic, right?
We'll see. I don't know.
Maybe.
Like having one
Maybe.
name instead of two.
Sure.
Last time we were fighting through Caverns of Taufel, the sort of frozen labyrinthine cave where we were facing off against piles of skeletons and spectral monsters. We eventually fought a giant ghost and discovered that on the other side of it, Sequus had been testing us the whole time. He claimed to have been testing himself to see if he would be willing to allow you to fight on your own to reach the doors of Freyor. When we got to what is supposed to be the chamber where Freyor is, we found that he is sealed inside. There's an inscription on the door that says only the living and the dead may enter. So we started a little bit of speculation, trying to figure out exactly what that means. And in part of that initial deliberation, Ravi brought out his magical sensor that allows him to see into the ethereal plane. But the sensor itself also is possessed by a spirit that has its own will. And when he produced it, it became enraged and attempted to enact its will over Ravi and possess him. And it succeeded, and that's where we ended last time. So, to start out this session, Ravi, I'd like you to make an attack roll with your mace against Sequus.
Just normal modifiers.
Sick.
Yeah. You're just trying to hit him.
Make an attack roll against yourself.
Unnatural 20.
Sick.
Okay, that is a hit. Can I have your damage, please?
You were born for this.
I really was. Oh wait, I get an extra D8 because I'm a super smitey guy now. So that's 9.
Okay. Sequus is going to be caught off guard, to say the least. As are the rest of you. Ravi moves forward, The way that he uses his legs and his arms is different than he normally would. He swings his mace in a way that is not the way that he seems accustomed to doing. You don't see him swing his mace a lot, to be granted, to be sure. But the limp, he sort of has a slight limp most of the time. As he marches towards Sequus, he doesn't have it. He just sort of walks as if both of his legs are, totally healthy. And he swings down that mace and strikes Sequus on the shoulder. Sequus sort of lurches back. He's more surprised than hurt. But Ravi doesn't seem to be letting up. Sequus is going to say, he said, "What's come over you? Ravi, stop, please."
Do I have any idea what's going on?
You are still conscious in your body. You are just not in control of it. So you, and no part of it. So you're just trapped inside of your mind as you're being manipulated by a spirit. The rest of you don't know any of that. Nobody is aware that Ravi just got possessed by a spirit. It just seems like he's striking out at Sequus now. This may be a signal, the opportunity that you guys have been waiting for to go after this guy.
Ravi got really cool really fast.
Ghost Ravi's way better.
How are you all going to react? Because Ravi's going to keep going.
I'm gonna try to hold Ravi.
You'll need to make a grapple check on him. That is a strength athletics from Arvistan. Ravi, you're going to do either strength athletics or dexterity acrobatics to resist
probably
the grapple.
strength, as I am not an acrobatic creature. That doesn't matter. I got a 7.
Oh, maybe Arvistan's not very athletic.
That's fair. That's possible. It sounds unlikely, but...
How much did you get?
7.
I got a 9.
Good job.
Let's go.
So Arvistan, you'll lurch forward and grab Ravi. He is shaking. He's fighting you with everything in his being. He's not paying attention to you at all. So you've kind of like grabbed him from behind. He's still trying to lurch towards Sequus. So you get his arms. You stop him from striking again. But he's still kind of pulling forward. And that's when Hajite hops in to help you. And both of you try to take Ravi. You try to pull him backwards. He's pushing all of his weight against you. And all three of you kind of topple to the ground. And Armstead and Hajite, you both like hold back each one of Ravi's arms as he just sort of kicks and struggles against you.
Yeah, Ravi, what's wrong with you? What happened?
He doesn't speak.
Do I see anything in his eyes, like any change or glossy, or he's not his regular eyes?
You can make an insight check.
I was gonna say, would they have seen me take out my? They would have seen me taking out the cipher, right?
You take out. They see that you take out the sensor, so they're aware of how that's supposed to work. But there's nothing that would explain why you would have this sudden change of demeanor.
Fair enough.
That'll be a 17 for insight.
There's not anything about his eyes that makes like a physical change. Like the color doesn't change; they don't cloud over or anything. Exceptional like that. But he does just look very angry. His expression is un-Ravi-like.
What's Sequus look like?
Sequus,
doing?
I would need another insight check from you, Kriv, to try to determine what Sequus is feeling.
You did it. Insight check.
Would it be insight or investigation to see if something's wrong with his amulet?
Depends. If you are able to take his amulet from him and like inspect it physically, or if you're just going to like take a quick glance at it and try to guess what's wrong with it.
Take a quick glance at it and see, because we saw him moving with it and something happened afterwards.
Are you trying to look at his his pendant, or are you trying to look at his sensor that he uses to look at the ethereal plane?
The sensor. I guess it would be this. I mean, the sensor is the pendant, right? because he's using the same thing.
Those are two
No.
different things.
Is it two different things?
Yeah, he has like a
Robbie's
necklace.
got a lot of bling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
The
he has a
sensor's
lot
the
of
ghost
bling.
Pokeball.
It'll be the sensor to see what's wrong with it.
Okay, let's resolve Kriv with Sequus first.
18.
18. Okay. The expression that he's wearing on his face is surprise. It's a little less shocked than you might expect, but he is very old. So there's a chance he's just either not as expressive as a younger person would be, or maybe he's seen a lot of stuff in his time, and this isn't something that comes as a huge shock to him. But with an 18, that's the outward expression. There's sort of some micro expression going on also. And you kind of look into his eyes a little bit, and you see, in addition to that shock and surprise, he's also intrigued, like curious. And this is all, within just a couple seconds, fractions of seconds. Because it's just your immediate, like, you see him get attacked, and then you just kind of look at his face and make a snap judgment on what's going on there. Arvistan, if you want to look at the sensor, you are holding Ravi down, and that's taking a lot of your attention. He's really kicking and he's throwing elbows, he's doing everything.
Okay.
I can try to help hold him once.
How do you want to help hold him? Because you've got, two different people are holding each arm.
You're bigger than him.
You're right.
Do you want to sit on him?
Yeah, he's little.
Do we want to sit on his chest so he's looking up, or do we want to turn him over and sit on his back?
Sit on his back.
Okay, that's what I would do.
Otherwise, you can flip real easy.
He could be pummeling at you, or he could pull his mace out and whack you if you're in front of him. It's a lot harder for him to do that behind himself. Okay. So let's just get a strength check from Arvistan and Hajite. We're going to flip him over.
Oh, God. It's going to be horribly wrong.
The strength athletics?
Just strength.
Or just strength?
Yeah.
Okay.
Please get better than that.
I got a 16.
All right. What Hajite get? A 2? Okay. So Hajite goes to what essentially what happens is both of you go to lift from your side to turn him over, which is that's not the right way to do it. So because one of you should be pushing it down while the other one pushes up, so you get the flip action. But Hajite is so non-effort about how much she's trying that Ravi comes tumbling over towards you, Hajite.
Oh, great.
So you have to roll out of the way. He goes face down, and then immediately Kriv sits down on his back and pins him to the ground. He's still kicking and angry, but yeah, that's a tough position. That's a tough situation to get out of.
Look, buddy, we can't, I'm all aboard for taking out our feelings on someone in the group, but we need a reason. If it's a good enough reason, we might get off.
I just get to him, pat him on the head, are you okay, buddy?
He's
What's
shaking
happening?
and snarling at you when you touch him.
I'm gonna flick him in the forehead.
You don't get any response from him. He's frustrated by that.
I think something's happening to him. He has rabies.
Is he still holding the sensor?
Rabies. He's
like an animal right now. Something happened.
He's got a grip on the chain that holds the sensor in one hand, and in his other hand he's clinging to that mace, like a dead man's grip.
Can I
get the sensor out of his hand?
Okay, can I take the sensor out of his hand, or would I have to roll for that?
You're gonna have to roll for it because he's not gonna let go of it.
Break the chain. Break the chain. He's
What
opening the chain.
am I rolling for?
Let's see.
Break.
He's using strength to hold on to that. That's for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
I guess it depends on how you're trying to wrest it from him. Are you just trying to grab it and like pull it away from him?
I tried to pull finger by
different?
finger away from the sensor.
Pull
So
his-
Okay.
You're gonna pull
Drauma.
his fingers off? Okay. Yeah, then it's strength from you too.
If only we had
It's a
that.
contest.
Can I tickle him?
Liquid.
Can I tickle him and make him drop it?
He's wearing armor and he probably won't be able to. That gives him resistance to tickling.
You're right. We don't know how ticklish Ravi is. We should test that out later.
Tickle test.
Tickle test.
Robbie, for future reference, we gotta know.
Tickle his feet. All right. Okay. So what do I have to roll for?
This will be strength. You can do with that athletics, and that will be Ravi rolling that also.
All right, Robbie. How much you get?
$14.
Nope. He wins. I got 11.
He clings that very hard, and after that attempt, you'll see he like brings that hand in underneath himself, like, tucks it in, and sort of like tucks that sensor in underneath him to prevent you from having access to it.
Guys, I think the problem is the sensor. He's not being himself. He's not even talking. He's just
Don't hurt him,
Gnarly.
Harvestan. Be
The
careful.
what?
Have you tried tickling him?
Be careful.
Oh, okay. What can we do? Can you do something to see what's happening to him?
What was that guy's name? Did we
Good
know
question.
his name? He only had the one ghost, right?
Yes.
What are you talking about, Chris?
You know how we all have animals? He's got one. It's just in his little head.
Just a human person.
Yeah, he's getting like he has a spirit in that sensor that he. I don't know if he talks to him or nothing, but he sees through.
Yeah, I
the
think he
flames and
calls
stuff
it.
like that.
I think he calls the spirit Cipher.
Sometimes. Or amulet. Is what Harvestan sometimes calls it. I didn't see. What does this sensor look like?
Well, like a sensor looks like, you know.
What do they call those? Hagbroks? Is it a hag?
I'll let you guys, if you want to just do like a quick history check, because I know you don't have it in front of you to look at and describe.
Yeah.
I did see it a moment ago, I swear to God.
Remember kind of what it looks like.
Not me. I got a 3.
You know how good I am at remembering things?
I'm
Our
dumb
fans
as fuck.
never paid attention to the
Yeah.
18, best at history.
21.
Oh, yeah.
Criven,
I saw it 2 seconds ago. I cheated.
the two of you can give a pretty adequate description. It's like really old, and there's like tarnished metal, and it's decorated with ancient symbols of Freyor, like really old church stuff. And then Sequus's face of surprise and bewilderment shifts a little bit to anger.
So, what? You know why he hates you so much now?
Where did you find this?
If we tell you, will you help us get Ravi back?
I will need to know more to help.
Will you promise to help in whatever way you're able to?
By my honor, I will do everything in my power to ensure Ravi's safety.
Was the Tower of Regrets? The one not too far from where we saw you last in the woods.
Ravi is possessed.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know who was living there, but very interested in
It is
ghosts
unfortunate
and
we
Freyor.
don't. We need a.
Halfell.
We need a priest.
You can't do priest things?
I'm not a cleric in the classic sense. Unless one of you knows how to dispel evil.
Who's to say it's evil?
Maybe he just doesn't like you. Do you know him?
I fear
You-
I might.
He had a lot of Freyor stuff in his tower.
Considering it didn't violently attack one of us at random, pretty sure it hates him.
And we're the ones who messed up his house.
Ravi is possessed by a heretic and a traitor.
Oh, why?
I am not sure.
Why is he a traitor?
He's betrayed the Church of Freyor centuries ago.
By...
He gestures around him to the ruined camp and the dead bodies frozen into the ground.
I'm not sure what you're implying, but, I take it to mean that he didn't want to die in your weird satanic ritual. Is that what that is?
The spirit that now possesses Ravi is the one who killed these men.
Let's get him out of Ravi. How do we do that?
So what, he just killed him for fun?
I don't know.
He didn't say his intention as to why he would murder a bunch of people? Was he not your friend?
At time, perhaps, but he didn't have a way with words.
Clearly. Speaks in grunting.
So the sensor, if we get the sensor away from him, should that help? Come on, guys.
Someone's got ripid tires.
A spell of dispelling evil and good would be the most efficient way of being sure he's freed of his possession.
Can I grab the sensor, or did he tuck that whole thing under him?
He's like jealously holding it, and Griv's sitting on his back, and he's got it like tucked in close to his chest.
But like the physical sensor is in his hand?
Yeah. Arvistan made the ploy to grab it and did not succeed.
We could cut off his fingers.
I'm
not saying it's the right thing to do.
I don't think that's going to be a good option. I don't think that's a very good option. I mean, would you like us to cut your fingers if you get possessed? Nah, I don't think so.
That depends on how possessed.
I mean,
can all of us combined
possessed
be stronger than one of his arms?
Ooh,
that's
yeah,
all we
true.
need.
Okay, let's do this. I'm gonna grab Robbie and I'm gonna literally grab him and like hug him with my legs through his legs, and then grapple him.
What spell slots does Robbie have left?
Oh shit!
I think I've got one.
Shit.
I've got 2 first, 1 second, 1 third.
Ravi, lie. This is the moment where you lie. Oh shit!
He is Robbie. He can't lie.
He can't. Fuck.
Oh, no, I said I do only have 1 first level, so it's 1, 1, 1, first, second, third. I'm out of 4th and 5th level spell slots.
Okay. Well, Spirit Guardians is a 3rd level spell, and Robbie is going to cast it.
fuck.
Okay.
That sucks. He can do that one while pinned?
Okay, can I
Yeah.
Does he have to talk out loud?
before he
Yeah,
says
it is. There's a verbal component. I don't know if grunting counts.
He will speak, just as be able
Whoa.
to cast the spell. It's not that he's incapable.
before he
sound
speaks,
like
can I
Robbie?
knock him out?
Someone make him mute.
Can I knock him out?
It's an action. You won't be able to do it before he speaks. You can try to attack him.
I mean, but it's a concentration thing, so it'll go away if I knock him out, right?
It would, yeah.
Okay. Can I
But
knock
you
him
can-
out?
We got to roll initiative now.
Yeah.
Yeehaw.
Oh, natural 20. Let's go.
10.
So that would be 24 total.
16.
Sekwa's got a nat 22.
9.
Oh, yes, he's going last.
Huh.
I got 16,
Wicked
12, and
man.
9. Is that right? 16, Hajite, 12, Griv,
10.
10.
Oh, wow. Even worse.
Not last this time. Very exciting.
Okay. Armstand, your dexterity is a little bit higher than Sequus's, so I'll have you go first.
Okay.
What are you going to
Sweet.
do? Now,
I'm
keep in
gonna
mind, Sequus doesn't want you to hurt Ravi. I don't know if you want to hurt Ravi.
I mean, I'm going to knock him out.
How?
I'm gonna use the back of the handle of my knife and hit him in the neck and knock him out, or whatever the place is to knock him out. You know.
Do you know? I don't know.
You
I'm
know
sure
how
there,
they
I'm
do
sure there
award,
is
like,
a place.
Ah, yeah. Oh.
Well, yeah, okay,
Yeah.
in movies.
Okay, but
Maybe.
there's an odd of knocking him out and an odd of killing him. Like those. That's
No,
just,
no, I'm not killing him. Like, yeah, I'm.
You can say
You
that
can
and
say
stab
that.
him. That doesn't mean he won't die.
I'm not going to stab
Don't
him. I'm
move.
gonna hit him
I'm
with the
not
back
killing
of
you.
the knife, like with the
You
back
can
of the
still
handle.
die from that, my
He-
dude. I'm
he-
just saying, acknowledge what you're doing.
I'm not hitting him in
to
the
be
temple.
fair, there is an element of mechanics at place here. We're still
Okay.
being like operating on a system of numbers, so to knock him out, you are going to have to reduce him to 0 hit points, which means it's not going to happen it's not going to happen in a single blow.
What else do I have?
I would recommend against shooting him.
No, I'm not.
It's possible.
No. If only I had those
Really,
drugs.
I don't want to knock him
If
out.
only I still had those drugs.
I want to make friends.
You could stab him.
No.
You could give him a hug.
You should know. This
I mean,
is the
Steph was
beginning of your turn.
babysitting Robbie. I'm afraid that if I do something to Robbie, like stab him or cut him or make him bleed in some way, he's gonna destroy me.
Okay, so before you decide to do anything, I do need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
A wisdom.
Me?
No. Ravi does not need to make it, but everybody else is within the range of
Oh.
these spirit guardians now.
At least I
Nah,
got
shit.
a +4.
What does not Ravi say when he casts the spell?
He
Oh, no.
utters like this a simple magical incantation, in the language that requires to cast the spell. His voice sounds different than his normal voice.
All right, +4, and I got an 18, so that's 22.
Okay, that is a save, but you are going to take half damage.
What?
So Ravi's going
How
to
much?
roll 3d8.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And then Armstrong's going to take half that. So Ian, could you give us 3d8?
I got an unnatural 20. That was all of us, right?
Now you'll have to roll on your turn.
Oh, okay.
15. It's not plus my wisdom mod, correct?
Correct.
Okay, 15.
And that's the half, or
That gets half down to 7, yeah.
to 7. Okay.
So you
God,
take 7
so
points.
So puts me at 74 because I have 81.
Yeah. 7 points of radiant damage. So Arvistan's plan is to attempt to knock out Ravi. We still, as of yet, have not ascertained exactly how that will occur. Arvistan is not thoroughly equipped with knockout weaponry. I don't know if any of us really are. Maybe Kriv's quarterstaff could work as like a knockout type weapon. But Kriv is sitting on Ravi currently.
Could strangle him with a whip.
Could choke him until he gets knocked out. All dangerous options.
So many turns, man.
This is all. It really sucks that Ravi's like your big tanky guy too, because
Yeah, for real. Sorry.
And the only one who logistically could cast a spell Good and Evil.
yeah,
Right?
So where are we at right now? Sorry,
it's your turn.
it's my turn.
You've got a moment to decide. Now Ravi from previous battles is already injured to some degree,
Okay.
so he doesn't have his full hit points right now.
Okay.
He's missing spell slots. He's the only one among you that's not exhausted, but it wouldn't take a lot to take him down, but you probably won't be able to do it yourself.
Can I do my action to just tie his mouth so he can't speak?
Yeah, I think we could probably do something like that.
Okay.
What do you have to cover his mouth, to gag him?
Rope.
Rope? Yeah, I guess that works. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, it should work.
I think we'll
Could
find
you-
out somehow.
Could you shove something in his mouth and then tie it into his mouth?
Shove all
Yes,
these
I have.
gross feathers that are just like rotting.
Use your braid.
Oh, I'm gonna cut my braid. I do have the feathers and a piece of cloth that I use to like wipe my face and stuff like that. Yeah.
I would use the cloth. The feathers, I don't think, is a good idea.
So yeah, cloth and rope. What do
Okay.
I need to roll for that?
We're gonna need to do a sleight of hand check. He's gonna try to bite you while you're doing that.
Come on, Robbie! God damn, son! Sleight of
What is roll
hand.
to bite?
If he fails, he's gonna get bit.
Okay.
Okay, that's a +4.
Are Shell and Luna just like chilling?
I guess
much,
they're
yeah.
just like.
Ghost.
Luna's a little more agitated.
Ooh,
Shell doesn't
ooh.
really care about what's
Okay,
going on right now.
13 plus 4. That'll be 17.
17. Okay, that's probably enough to get a gag on Ravi.
Yes.
That'll prevent him from casting more spells, but it does not break his concentration on the spirit guardians.
We solved one problem. We have another one.
Anything else you'd like to do, Arvstan? That's your action.
Yeah, that's my action. I mean, nah, that's it. Luna's gonna be where. Luna's gonna see Kriv, and Luna thinks that it's fun, so she goes and sits on top of Robbie as well.
Okay.
Yes.
What does Sequus have? Ooh. Sequus doesn't want to hurt Ravi. But he's got a lot of damaging spells. He's not a
Stand there and
particularly
panic.
strong person. If he had something that could just knock him out, when he doesn't really.
Does he have the spell Sleep?
He doesn't know.
Can you force feign death on someone?
Can't you kind of paralyze somebody, Kriv?
Like with lightning?
Mm,
I can hold person, but that's
person?
not for. It's not for very long.
I see.
I do have it prepared on account of I don't trust everyone here,
Right.
but it's only up to a minute, and
Cyclus is going to do attempt to play it safe. He doesn't want to do any permanent damage, but he is going to blast you real quick with a ray of frost. Cantrips. A simple way to keep it light and breezy.
Civilized.
Okay, so that's going to be 19 to hit, which will hit Ravi. And that's going to do... Okay. Let's hope that this is not a really high roll that kills you. 12 points of damage to Ravi. And he'll say, we need him to be unconscious, but don't break anything.
We're trying to. Trust me.
Oh, and Cyclus needs to make the wisdom save. He's going to fail it, so I need another 3d8 from Ravi.
I like slinkies.
yeah.
7.
7. That's what that's what Auerstan got, and he saved on his. All right. Hashite, you need to make a wisdom saving throw.
Can I use my other one? Is that okay?
Your other what?
I rolled it because I thought everyone was casting it right now.
Oh, fine.
That's sad.
We'll take
You
it.
sure?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah,
I'm not going to disobey the
It
rules.
was like a 20 or something, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
You're still
she got
gonna,
a nat 20.
You're still going to take
It's
some damage on it.
It wasn't
okay,
a nat
I won't-
20.
I won't use my old
Oh,
one.
dirty
If that
20?
helps.
Okay.
All right.
I
we
thought
need
it was nat 20.
another 3d8 from the Spirit Guardians.
Hang on, my child took my dice.
Oh no.
That's good. Those are the Spirit Guardians we're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh no. 22.
Oh, shit.
That's really good. But that's only 11 to Hajite.
Yeah, I rolled 877.
Ooh.
Okay. I was like really confident you guys would be able to take him down before you hurt anybody too bad, but I'm losing it. So Hajite, it's your turn. I'll spoil it for you since he's actually a member of your party. Robbie currently has 20 hit points.
Sick.
Okay, I'm going to cast Heat Metal on the sensor.
Oh!
Oh, let's go!
That's a good call. I like that.
Yeah!
Heat metal.
That's a con save.
I want to see how much damage this is going to do to this guy.
Not a lot. I did the baby version.
2d8.
Mm.
I did not save. That I also don't think so. It's a 14.
You guys see this? You see Eris's legs just sticking straight out?
Yeah, in the chair.
But it does, if upon a failed save, he's got to try and drop it or suck it up and get injured constantly.
Hurt you, and he's like, nope, let me move my leg back.
All right,
That's 13.
Yeah, another con save here. 13 damage.
I make another one on top of the one I just made.
I think so.
Okay.
You didn't have to make one. You cannot save against the damage.
Oh,
Okay.
hey, even better. It's a con save on the bonus.
Yeah, to keep hold on the object is a con save.
Mm.
Okay.
So,
In that case, I failed that, so I think I do not hang on to the object.
You have to drop it, but you're on top of it, so you just gotta let go. You see his arm come flying out without the sensor in it.
Well, I can't make a grab for the thing.
It's hot now too.
I'm gonna give Kriv Bardic Inspiration in hopes that they'll remove him from the vicinity.
Okay, Kriv, make a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh. Whoa. 24.
Okay.
Because that's not a disadvantage one, right? Or is it? The advantage, the ability checks?
It's not an ability check, so you don't have disadvantage on it.
24.
Alright, that is 12 base.
Okay, so that gets cut in half. You will take 6 points of radiant damage. What would you like to do? Ravi's got 7 hit points.
That sucks. The trick is I don't want to hurt my friend.
Lobber him.
Just flip him over. We just gotta steal the sensor.
He already dropped it, so
He's not holding it, but he's still...
it's still on top of it.
Flip him over.
I gagged him, but not actually tied him down. So.
I will.
sitting on him right now.
Yeah.
Oh, Luna as well is on top of Robbie.
Is it like, are we holding him down like pretty okay, or is he like?
You're on top of him. You're the only one.
He's not able to. He's wiggling around. He's like kicking his legs and stuff, but he's not going anywhere. As long as you're sitting on him, he's not gonna get up.
Okay. Can I attempt to get the sensor?
From underneath him, you gotta like reach in and like push past him to grab it. You could try. It's hot.
Sorry.
That's alright. I gotta try. My gut
Interesting. I don't
instinct is
see anything in the spell about trying to grab something that's had heat metal cast on it. So they seem to assume that you will never try to do that, but here
I'm
we are.
bronze. That's helpful, right? Can we just say
Technically,
that?
I need to use. Technically, okay, hold on. Due to the wording of that spell, technically, I would have to reheat it every time to continue the damage, right? So it already damaged him.
That's true. Yes.
So it wouldn't technically cause damage if you were to pick it up, right?
No, it's going to be hot, but it shouldn't actually hurt you.
Sick.
Okay. I want to try. What is that?
Dexterity check.
This one is disadvantage.
Yes.
But then also I have Bardic Inspiration.
Woo!
You do.
Okay. We're gonna.
That's a D8.
$16.
16. That's probably enough to get hold of it. You stay seated on him while you're doing this, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm big. I got long arms. I can reach around a
like reach
19-year-old.
Reach underneath yourself. You know,
You can't be very flexible in metal armor.
You're just so chill, like. Meh.
It's like you're on Oprah, and Oprah says, you know, underneath everybody's chair, a special prize. So you like reach down.
Is a sensor?
Under everybody's clerics.
You grab the sensor. It's pretty warm. You pull it out, and hold it up above Ravi. Physical separation from the sensor does not stop his possession.
Oh man.
Hey. We needed to try it before we just like KO.
Right.
Plus, it's good that it's warm. It's so cold here. I'm happy.
True. Everyone's because it's mildly warm.
Okay, Ravi's turn is next.
Can I make an attempt to regain my mind?
You can make a wisdom saving throw.
19.
All right, let's see how this does against. Okay, you are both sort of in control at the same time.
Uh-oh.
Now here's the thing: you cannot communicate this to your friends because you are gagged. So you are not capable of speaking right now. But what you can do is stop concentrating on the spell and dispel the spirit guardians.
I will drop the spirit guardians.
Throw your necklace. Throw your necklace.
I can't. I don't have any arms. I mean, I guess I don't know if I could if I'm being like.
Get it away from you.
If Criv's legs are like over the top, I don't know if I can reach around Criv's legs to yank off my necklace this way. Could I?
Criv has the sensor. So you
no,
do
not the sensor.
I'm tracking my symbol. See if getting rid of that would
stop him from casting anymore.
Yeah, I'll let you do that. I mean, they don't. Your arms and legs are not pinned underneath you. Like those are still out and about, so you can reach in. You've got the armor that kind of gives you a little bit of leeway off the ground, so you can like reach down into it and try to pull that out if you want. You are going to have to make. You're going to have to contest against yourself.
I like it.
That.
Heads or tails, call it.
make a strength check against you.
Which one's you?
I've got a 4 on the die. So if you beat that.
I did, not by much, but I beat. I got a 9.
Okay. You grab your pendant and you like rip. I guess you'd probably just, as quick as you're trying to do, just snap it. Like pull it fast and then toss it out.
Yeah.
It does not stop the possession, but you are now vying for control of your body.
Okay, I'm not to stop the possession. I'm here to stop the spell casting.
So that's done. We're back to Arvistan. No more spirit guardians. Ravi is hurt. He's still flailing around. He's like ripping stuff off of himself and throwing it. He just discarded his own symbol of Freyor.
That means something, though.
What do you want to do?
How much health do you say that he's?
He's got 7 hit points.
Are we knocking him down over here, or?
What are you doing?
A good solid bonk would do it, probably.
Bonk.
It'd be really easy to knock him out.
All right, I'm gonna knock him out.
What are you gonna use?
Bonk.
The handled side of my dagger.
All right, we're gonna try to dagger him without stabbing him.
Instead of going chick chick, go bonk bonk.
He's incapacitated.
Okay.
You remember that time Crib was brainwashed and Hajute looked at them once and they passed out?
Oops. Sorry.
All right, +6. That'll be 8 + 6. That'll be 14 to hit.
Not Ravi.
I mean, I have advantage though. He's
on his head.
You do. He's prone.
Okay.
Okay, but does he have advantage?
12 + 6, that's 18. Nope.
Oh, wait, no. It probably does, because I think my shield would also go down as soon as I toss my symbol away, wouldn't it?
No.
Yeah, you wouldn't have your shield because you had the sensor in one hand and your mace in the other hand, which you don't normally have.
Yep.
Okay, so what the second roll on that advantage?
The second roll was 18.
18? Okay, 18 will get him without having his shield up.
Okay. Woo! Sweet.
Now,
so that'll
here's
be
the fun thing.
1d4. Uh-oh.
The dagger doesn't do a lot of damage, so.
Yeah, it's a D4 plus 4, so... And I got 2 attacks!
I mean,
Technically
you
three.
could get it on the first.
Yeah, exactly. Let's hope so.
Yeah, it's really embarrassing if you don't.
It's just more brain damage the more hits you do.
That's 5, because I rolled a 1.
Okay.
Wow.
Ravi gets hit in the temple with the dagger. It just hurts.
What? I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry. It's for your own good.
I mumble through the gag. Oh!
Okay, for the offhand attack, it's a 1, so it's not gonna hit him at all. And my second attack. Oh, that's better. That's a 15 plus 6.
That'll get him, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
He's got 2 hit points, so you cannot possibly not knock him out. So Ravi will go
exactly.
unconscious.
Woo!
Are you not exhausted at all?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I thought he was cold.
Arvistan, he's got level 1 exhaustion, but that doesn't mess up his attack rolls.
Exactly.
Just ability checks. Ravi's sensor rumbles as you see. I guess you wouldn't see it, but you kind of feel like a chill as a ghost moves past you, Griff. It kind of moves through you, back into the sensor. And I need you to make a dexterity saving throw or you're going to drop it on the ground. Unless you want to just drop it on the ground, in which case you can. Just let go.
No, we'll see if I do or not. Oh, I do. Dexterity? Yeah, that's a 4.
You drop it, and it hits the ground. It doesn't do anything like... There's no like visual indication that there is a ghost inside of it. It just kind of hits, and then ding, 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 rolls over and then stops nearby Ravi. Sequus approaches Ravi from the other side. He makes a wide berth around away from the sensor. He shoos you off of Ravi and Luna. Pushes both of you aside. He grabs Ravi.
Do it.
He grabs like the front, like behind his neck on his armor, and then the back part of that breastplate, and he drags Ravi away from the sensor. And he said, "Healing spells. Who's got healing spells?"
I do.
Well, quick about it.
Okay.
I'm gonna pick up the sensor.
You wanna use a healing spell or you wanna use a potion?
I need spells. You don't want him to gag.
We do that shit all the time.
He's gagged already.
He's taking that out of Ravi's mouth. He's got Ravi,
Okay.
like, Sequus kneels down, he puts his knees on the ground, he, like, leans Ravi up against himself so that he can use both hands to, like, work on the gag and get it off of him.
I grab the rope and start tugging it away and cleaning my little rag, like, ish.
Hajite, when you pick up the sensor, it's, just a hunk of metal on the end of a chain.
I'm gonna pocket it.
I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on Ravi.
Make a perception check for Sequus. Okay, he will see you pocket the sensor.
Do we know that was his focus he threw earlier?
I mean, you probably have to at this point. I've used it a million times.
You know that, yeah, and it's Freyor's pendant. He's always yelling Freyor's name when he pulls it out, and he, like, lights it up, so it's, like, the most prominent thing. In a
He's
lot of
really
places.
dramatic.
I just didn't know if in the moment, if we just saw him kind of like, or if we actually, like, saw what it was. So once you grab that...
It just happened, like, a second ago, so you probably...
Alright, I'll go get
now.
that too. And I'll pocket it as well.
We casting healing on Ravi.
Cure Wounds.
Okay, what's he gonna get?
As a good old 1d8 plus spellcasting mod. Okay. Whoa. That is max. That is 8 plus 7. 15.
Damn. Nice.
You're welcome. The best I have ever done.
I appreciate that.
And may ever do. Maybe I'm part
Stop being weird. Put him down.
Freyor.
Ow. Thanks, guys.
You're like cradled by Sequus as you wake up.
Ugh.
And
Thanks,
he,
team.
he
Oh,
kind of
creepy.
he speaks to you quietly, Ravi, in a way that he's trying,
Ah!
not necessarily trying to make sure that nobody else
Rogue.
is going to hear, but quiet enough that other people might not hear what he's saying.
I'm gonna hear. I'm gonna stay
I
right
want to
there.
listen.
I'm joining this intimate moment.
He says, "You meddle with dangerous powers, Ravi. Dispose of that censor before it is the end of you."
I'll just give a slight nod. I won't verbally respond because is it apparent to me that he's trying to be quiet?
Make an insight check.
You're kind of banged up.
I mean, it's still 17.
He is not trying to be suspiciously quiet. You think that a large portion of the reason that he is trying to be quiet right now is because he's right next to you. And speaking much more loudly would be unnecessary. But there is a hint that it's like he's not necessarily trying to, this is kind of an admonishment. He's like scolding you to a certain degree, like at least a little bit, and he doesn't want that to be something that's like super public. He wants just you to be aware that he is disappointed.
He doesn't want your friends to think differently of you because you got yelled at by your mom.
I will give a slight nod, and then kind of push myself up and then offer him a hand to get him up.
Quickly gets you back up to your feet, and he stands up. He kind of creaks. He rests his arm on your shoulder as he gets up. He's kind of old, elderly person.
So outside of that nonsense, does anyone have my pendant?
Yeah.
I'll just hold out my hand, please.
No.
No, you got possessed either or, so I think Hashita having it is a good idea right now.
I'm going to say that I don't need the censer. The censor's what possessed me. The pendant's what I use to cast magic, and I might need to do that here in the near future.
Alright, but get away from him.
I'll kind of shrug, and I'll walk towards the big... Now, I meant to ask this last session, and I didn't. What does this door look like? Is this just a giant iron door? Is there, runes all over it?
It's kind of like a set of stone double doors. It's... sort of built in a natural part of the cavern, so it looks like it's just carved into the wall. And there are two doors that come up next to each other. There's no handle. The inscription is marked across both doors in an arch. There's ice sort of built up on it, some rime has encased over parts of the door, so it has not been opened in a long time. And it gives you the indication that there's no logical physical means to open it.
Well, I don't think we're just going to be able to push it open, guys.
Did you try pushing it open?
I'm going to try pushing it open.
Nothing. Doesn't budge.
Did you turn that off and on again?
So that didn't work.
Who was that guy? You didn't give us a name. You didn't give us any more information.
And I shan't at this moment. After you speak with Freyor, I'll tell you more.
Why?
Because information gives me a certain amount of power that I would like to retain.
You're clearly not afraid of us. I don't really understand.
And so I have no need to divulge my past to you beyond what I would want to.
Ravi, I don't think he wants you to know about that guy. He doesn't want you to play around with the sensor. You'll learn too much about him.
Honestly, after getting possessed, I don't know if I want to play around with the sensor.
I want to play around with the sensor.
I would be very careful. It can possess you.
That's fair.
And I'll be honest, I'm a bit more concerned with this, and I'll, like, rap on the door.
A doorbell?
Nope.
Hmm.
Did you see anything on those skulls when you came by? Was there any, like, writing on them, or are they just skulls on a weird pedestal?
I want to look. I wanted to before, and I got told no, and I don't remember why.
Yeah, you could head back into the previous room. There are, just as a quick reminder, there are like 2 rows of simple stone pedestals, and they have skulls on top of them. Some of the skulls are broken or frozen in place. I believe Hajite took one that had a fang coming out of it.
Yeah, I did.
Some of the pillars don't have skulls on them at all, but based on how they're sitting on the other one, you imagine that at some point they all had a skull on them.
How many don't have skulls?
Probably about 5. I think there are 12 of them. 5 now, because it was 4 before, but now you've removed one of the skull. There's nothing obviously like written on them, or there's no like runes or like weird magical incantations on them.
Are they like recognizable things though? Because the other one you said we didn't really know what it was with the fang.
Yeah, that's probably because the jaw was missing on that one, and it's cracked and partially destroyed. They're all recognizable as skulls, to be certain.
Yeah.
Some of them, you could tell, a little bit more about what the person might have looked like, because there are like humanoid skulls, like ones that look like they're definitely from people, and you see at least one that came from a lizard person. So there's a little bit spread out across them. It's primarily human skulls.
Well, everyone, we technically have 5 skulls on us right now.
I have one.
Mm-hmm.
They're all human skulls?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
But if you wanted to try and place skulls on the pedestals, we have enough.
Can we, can I determine what type of creatures or whatever it is that each skull is?
The ones that you can determine that for are pretty obvious. The other ones that aren't as obvious are either broken far enough that you won't be able to see. They might have ice frozen on them that kind of obscures their features, or they're missing parts that makes them a little less apparent.
Okay. Shit.
Sequus leans over a broken piece of timber from the ruined camp and sits on it.
You guys didn't put those stone pillars there, did you?
No.
Well, I mean, if you guys want, you can put a skull on each of it, see what happens. Maybe something, maybe nothing.
I don't think it would hurt anything. But, one of them has my cool rock in it, and that makes me uncomfortable. Guess I can take it out. I don't want to take it out.
Do I still have that other piece of magite that I'd hidden in my boot way forever back when that I took from the shield?
I would venture to guess that any magite that you all have collected, I don't remember any point where it would have been taken from you, and I don't think anyone would have left it behind at any juncture.
Yeah.
But I think it's all, that would be the only piece that would be refined.
I will hand it to Hazate. You can take this. It'll allow you to cast at least.
Okay. I'm gonna put that in my pocket. I have a lot of things in my pocket right now. I'm gonna produce my 4 skulls that I'm realizing I have 4 now.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you took one out when we were coming in.
Mm-hmm.
No, I have the Hobgoblin skull and I have the Batman skull. Got the partial fang-tooth skull, and I have the warped lizardy skull.
Yeah, the partial fan was the one that you took out of one of the pillars.
You got a messed up one too, didn't you?
Yeah, well, the lizard one, the warped
Yeah.
one. It's got 2 eyeball holes.
The inside-outside skulls.
Suck it.
What was the 5th skull that we had?
Neens!
I will carefully and hesitantly take out Neen's skull.
Oh my god. Okay,
It's funny how we had 5.
We placed these on all of the empty pillars.
Yeah.
Okay. Hajite and Kriv set about doing that. Arvstan, any plans for what to do right now? Are we just sitting around waiting for somebody else to figure this out?
I'm just looking. I'm like, just like a look at what you guys doing.
Robbie,
oh wait, actually,
yeah.
the door that is locked. Is it like? Is there a part where I can climb up to it, or is it just smooth that I cannot climb?
It's pretty smooth, and there's ice over top other parts of it. That's the only area where it's not like totally flat and level. And the ice is not. I mean, unless you've got like a big ice pick or something, you're gonna slip on that. But there's not anything above it. I mean, the door goes pretty much to the ceiling of the cavern.
Okay. I'm just gonna look around, and I'm guessing investigation check, and like while they're doing that, like look around the walls and everything like that, and see if I see like any type of switch or any type of keypad or lever or something like that, just in case.
Once Kriv and Hajite have a skull on each one of the empty pillars, what do you do? Anything other than
look at them?
Look at them.
Hajite, you're the one with the skull magic.
I could start a ritual, but I feel like that would be odd. I can talk to one of them. You want to talk to one? It would have to.
I mean, a little bit. I don't know that it'll be relevant to what we're working on, but it sounds interesting.
We'd have to have one that moves, and probably not any of the ones that I have, because we've already had a chat with most of them.
Just placing the skulls on the pillars doesn't seem to have any immediate effect. It looks cool. They all have skulls on them.
And we have cool, funky ones.
Can you commune with all of them at once?
God, no. No.
Like, because what I'm thinking about is maybe bringing all of them at the same time to be able to pass through.
Nope.
That's my thought right now.
No one would ever need that.
Arvstan, did you try walking through the door?
I did. Nothing happened.
Arvstan, you can make that investigation check. Search the cavern just outside of the doors.
Nothing. I'm blind as a bat. I only got a 5.
A 5? Sequus is there. You see him.
I keep looking.
He's sitting among a ruined camp, and there's just a bunch of dead bodies here, partially frozen.
Anything Like, you said that there were, like, dead bodies on our feet, like, frozen below us on our feet and stuff like that?
They're around here. They're kind of, yeah, they're like frozen into the ground. They're not like, it's not like they're underneath a thick layer of ice or anything. But like
Okay.
they fell down and ice has kind of like frozen them to the spots that they're in.
Okay. Mm, you said there was, like, some tents and stuff like that in here, or no?
It was like one tent, but it's like long since, wrecked and disintegrated. So there's like little more than just a few like broken logs and scraps of cloth.
I'm gonna just, like, go through it and see if I can find any clue or anything, any paper, reading book, or anything like that, that I can find and see if it gives us a clue or something.
Arvstan starts turning over, old broken timbers.
So I'm just gonna go up to the door. I'm like, knock. No one here is undead. Only people that are alive and people that are dead are here. Can you open the door, please?
No answer.
I like that.
How about you try calling your god?
I would love to. Unfortunately, I burned my third level spell trying to murder you all.
Shit.
Damn it.
Why would you do that?
Blame the ghost. I blame the
You're
ghost.
right. You're right.
Ooh, Ashate,
Hmm.
can you bring the sensor to the door?
Don't do that.
Do you want me to look through it?
No. Can you bring it and see if it reacts to the door?
Okay.
Does anything happen?
Is this Hazate at the door?
Yeah.
Okay, Robbie's still there.
Didn't do anything, but I did leave.
I would back away. At this point, I'm a bit intimidated by the thing. I'd go back to the room with the skulls. Are they all facing the same way?
Yeah, they all face the walls, like to either side, instead of facing towards the center of the corridor.
I will start turning them so they face each other.
You better take care of my skulls with your damn life in there.
I promise.
What?
Hazate, you hold the sensor in front of the door, but it doesn't open.
That wasn't the key, Arvistan.
Worth a try.
We like look at Sequus like we're playing like hot or cold, trying to find something. to look interested.
Hot potato.
Kriv, if you want to talk to Sequus, you can attempt that.
I didn't say that.
You keep looking at him, and he's going to be aware of that.
You know, like when you play I Spy with a kid and they stare directly at the item they've selected the entire time? That's what I was wondering.
Well, if you just take a quick glance over at Sequus, he sort of notices what Arvistan's doing, and he kind of leans forward, he places his elbows on his knees, and he gives his eyes a quick rub like that.
Oh, he's stressed.
Start walking like the Shaggy style. Walking around. Do I find anything on this pile of rubble, messy tents?
It's hundreds of years old. Even if there was information here, if they had written something down about how to open the door, it's long been disintegrated or destroyed.
Okay, I guess I'll make my way and look through the walls of where the pillars are and see if I find anything. Like lever, button, same as...
You're going back into the previous room and investigating that.
Yeah, where all the skulls are.
Okay. How about everybody else? We've been 3 weeks off, and everybody's been trying to think about different ways to try to get through this door. And so far, we've been trying them, and I'm very interested to see how you guys are going to figure it out.
Are all the skulls now turned and face the same direction?
They They could be if you'd like. Which way would you like them all to be facing? Some of them are frozen in place and are harder to move. You'd have to like break them out.
I want them to face each other, like rows of eyes looking at each other.
Okay. Does anyone want to help Robbie with this? Because he's going to have to chisel out skulls to get them to do that.
I
Sure.
can.
Okay. Do you have anything that can like heat it up?
I have fire that you said wasn't good, but
It's
I have
not-
fire.
Not great. It's going to take you guys a while to do that. It is possible. You can, the ones that are free, including the 5 that you guys have put down yourself, and I'd say probably about 3 other ones. You can turn those easily, and you just got to spend a little bit of time freeing the rest and getting them turned. But Kriv is there to help you with that. I understand what you get out of investigation in that room.
Nothing. It just keeps getting worse and worse. It's a 4 now instead
Okay.
of a 5.
He's blind.
You know, I get frustrated and I go into like the middle of where the skulls are, looking between each other and stuff like into each other, and I lay down and look to the roof. Do I see anything weird?
It's stone up there, covered in ice.
All right.
Does the riddle itself mean anything to me, like from scripture, or anything like that?
Only the living and the dead may enter.
Guys, what if let's do something. It all depends if Robbie wants. What if we tie him down and gag him and let the censor possess him and see he gets possessed and he has a dead spirit on him while being alive, so the dead and the alive may enter and he can pass through the doors.
Hey, bud, he was just possessed in front of the door.
Yeah, but he did not try to go in the door. He tried to attack Sequus.
Arviston!
I get
And
the
we can
sense-
just drag him and pick him up and take him over there, you know?
Arviston, that's one of the reasons why I didn't want to unghosty him.
I mean, I've never been a ghostly battering ram, and I don't know if I would like it. But if we can't figure out anything else, I think we keep that as like a plan C.
Okay.
Ask the ghost questions. There could have been so many things that happened that weren't what happened.
I think the problem is he wasn't going to answer.
Yeah, he
Whether
wasn't
that-
going to cooperate with
Then
us.
we wear him out. Then we tie him down. We took the amulet away. He could have just sat his ass there until he cooperated.
Yeah, I don't think so. It's a spirit, and I don't think spirits wear down.
Have you ever made a bet with a spirit?
It would have been worse on Ravi's body whenever it decided, if it decided to get out, and then Ravi would have been exhausted as hell, and that would have been even worse.
I'm not gonna lie, the thought of being trapped in an eternal rage as I slowly freeze to death is not my ideal way to die.
If that's how we get in.
At least it's a better way to die in the belly of a bird.
I actually might agree with you. Probably not by much, but I agree with you.
How's it till you feel a nudge in your back?
Shit. No. Stop it. We gotta hurry this thing along. I'm hatching.
Who are you talking to? They're saying to stop it. What happened?
Oh, the
I'm
bird.
hatching.
Uh-oh. Oh, shit.
We gotta figure
Have
this.
we presented the
What if it's
egg
warm
into
in
the
there?
door?
Why would the egg hold the answer, Arvistan?
It's between life and death, and it's coming into life.
It's Schrodinger's baby bird. Until it is out of that shell, we do not know if it is alive or dead. It is both.
Exactly. So it's a possibility that could
saying-
work.
Roll it on
This
in
is like
there.
a societally accurate, like, is it a baby in the egg?
I mean, if you want to
What
hold up,
fetus are we talking about?
if you want to hold up the egg to it, is I'd say go for it. I'm still turning these goddamn skulls here.
If we wanted to compare it to, like, a modern day, extremely modern day societal, not even debate, but I guess I'll use that word because that's what people talk about. This is akin to a woman in the hospital bed in labor.
Yep. Yeah.
Is that baby alive or dead?
It's true.
Hey, we don't know.
Out. I'm pretty sure we know it's alive right this second. It's kind of whack-smacking around in there.
We're brainstorming, okay?
Thinking it through.
If we put Ravi in a sack, we wouldn't know if he was alive or dead. I'm just saying. Have you tried going to bed? I think maybe sleeping might you look dead.
Like cranking on this frozen skull.
So going.
I don't know if that's gonna work.
So
Well,
go into a state of dream, like with the potions that your girlfriend gave you?
Maybe the answer is sleep. That's between life and death, right?
Comatose?
Yeah. I would love a nap right now.
I've got a potion of speed and not a potion of sleep.
Speed sleep.
Two both shots at one.
What if you take
Like,
the speed
is
and
that like
the sleep at the
adrenaline
same
and Benadryl? 'Cause
time?
I've
Yeah.
Yeah.
Segwit starts picking at stuff. He's like picking little pieces of dirt out of his clothes and flicking them to the ground.
Yo, Sequis,
have
any
we-
hint?
Have we successfully turned the skulls at this point?
A hint.
If we're not going to do anything else until we have those skulls turned, then we can skip ahead to when they are turned, if you'd like.
That's what I'm doing.
Okay.
So it's up to everybody else. If
Yeah.
somebody else wants to do
Unless
something, they're more than welcome.
somebody else wants to do something in that time frame. Your other option is to wait for Ravi and Kriv to finish chiseling these skulls out and turning them.
I go towards oh my god, Sequis, and sit down in front of him. I go like, so, want to help us out here? A hint or two?
A hint?
Anything?
This isn't an escape room.
Yeah, it is. He knows the answer.
He knows the answer, so
He knows an answer.
We
I'm
only need
confident
one.
You can decipher this puzzle, Arvestein.
I mean, but you know.
Well, perhaps
it's-
not you, but I'm confident that there's one
Whoa,
among you.
calm down, bro. I am a smart man in my own way, okay?
Is that way going to be useful?
It all depends on how I use it.
I suppose it will.
Exactly. You'll never know until it happens, right?
Hey guys, what about the avatar state?
The what?
The avatar state?
What is the avatar state?
When you go into the spirit realm.
I mean, that sounds cool but terrifying.
Then you get Avatar Kyoshi to do it for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
Well, I was thinking,
Yeah.
what about that kind of dream where you just separate your soul from your body?
Like
Astral
out-of-body
projection?
experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Astral projection.
Do you know how to do that?
No.
So, Sequis,
Is that 8th level, 9th level spells?
Can someone see through walls? That'd be useful.
Disappear.
Astral Projection is a 9th level necromancy spell, so if you can cast a 9th level spell...
Well, first of all, I didn't even know that was a spell.
Sequis,
Definitely not level 9
just
in
a
real
simple
life.
question. When years ago you got into where we're trying to go in there, how many people did they were able to go in there? Was it just you, or the actually other people went in with you?
I fear you misunderstand when I tell you I want you to solve this puzzle on your own.
I'm not asking you how you did it. I'm just wondering if there has been other people that went inside there with you. That's all. I mean, it's just a simple question of yes or no.
I can say that there were more than one person who saw Freyor the first time that he was seen. Did I figure out anything in regards to if the riddle meant anything in scripture?
In scripture, not necessarily, but I'll let you make a religion check.
16.
Okay. I would say in 77 episodes of this campaign, different sessions, there have been several times where we have referenced the Church of Freyor, and there are associations to Freyor that we've brought up repeatedly that may be helpful in solving this riddle.
Well, Robbie, your brain's really cryptic.
Well, okay.
Call Father Gregor.
That's actually my last attempt. Here's the thing.
Use the call a friend token.
Call Mom.
I think the riddle is written in such a way to keep out the undead. That's where I'm at. Saying only the living and the dead may enter means that things that are undead would theoretically not be able to pass. Which is why he has so many undead things surrounding this tomb, because they can't get to him, but they keep out everything else.
Okay.
Now, how that helps us get in, I don't know. But I think that's why the riddle's here.
I'm pretty sure we're not undead.
We aren't, which is the reason why I'm
something
perplexed.
Undead at the door?
Is that a thing you can prove? That you're not undead?
Throw Sequus at the door?
Is he undead?
I don't know.
I don't think so. Sequus, you're not undead, right?
No.
Okay. Guys, do me a favor. Just go with it for this one time.
Oh,
don't even ask a question. Just do it. All three of you, please touch the door at the same time.
Okay.
What if you're the problem?
That's it.
What if you're the undead Arvistan?
And that is why I'm asking all three of you to touch the door. That's where I'm getting at.
I will stop rotating the skulls and walk back down and touch the door.
Okay. We've got one left. You broke at least one while you were trying to shift them, but I think it's still close enough that it's kind of skull enough. All three of you can go over and approach the door, and it won't open.
Okay, it's not me. And I walk out and go to where all the skulls are. Touch it again!
I feel like that's a red herring.
I'll touch the door, but before I do, I'm actually going to cut my hand a little bit to, prove that I am indeed alive via blood.
Okay, I'm going to put a point of damage on you for that.
Yep.
Can you draw a face on the door? In blood?
I mean, I probably could. I don't know if that's going to do me any good, but I'm going to try that first.
Touching it with a bleeding hand does not cause the door to open.
Is that the problem?
It's not.
Unfortunately, sure?
That didn't work, Arvistan.
Okay, it's not me.
I'm not sure.
I want to. There's no holes in the door, right?
Not yet.
indicate something's been removed from it, or
Nothing to that effect, no.
All right, so maybe it has to be like a similarity between things that are alive and things that are dead.
maybe the hinge is on the wrong side and the door's cool.
Let's just
It's a pull, not a push.
okay.
There's
Let's
no
just move
handle.
that last call to see each other and see what happens.
What did you just say?
What?
Let's put this call so they can see between them.
Oh, that's what Robbie was doing.
Yeah,
He
because
did
she
'em
said there
all.
was
He
one
did 'em
skull
all.
left.
No, I'm still one short.
Yeah.
Oh.
Let's do that and see what happens. And from there, I have another idea with the skulls.
I'm gonna try to lay down in front of the door.
Okay.
Go to sleep.
It will remain closed.
Well,
But we're
that's how they
checking
guys-
things off the list.
Do we gotta like breathe on it? Is it like Fifth Element?
No, what I was thinking is like there's okay, so there's an old riddle, right? What is the similarity between the living and the dead? And the answer is lie. Because the dead lie and the living lie. So if I maybe just lie in front of the door, it'll be like, hey, you figured out Blue's Clues. It didn't.
Well, tell an
Okay.
untruth. Don't lay
Yeah.
down.
Do
Tell
the
a
other
lie.
I am an elf.
Dun, dun. Or an elf.
It doesn't cause the door to open. Robbie is technically part elf.
You fool.
You're so bad at lying.
It's not even a lie. Oh my god. Robbie, you're an idiot. Is that a lie?
That one's probably not a lie.
The doors don't open.
I'm gonna go back and finish moving the skull.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. We could rest that one from the ice and turn it around also, and all the skulls are facing each other. But that also does not seem to make any difference.
All right.
What if we bring the skulls with us and try to?
Let's turn
They're
all
dead.
this. Let's turn all the skulls facing the door.
Oh my lord.
It's a lot easier to do now. Since they're
Yeah,
all
it's
three
a-
on the
just-
Cardinal directions, please.
ice.
I mean,
So that there, just to double check, there is no marking on any of these pedestals that would signify like you should point a skull this way.
There's no marking on the pedestal whatsoever. None of them.
Are the words carved into the door?
Yeah, I mean, like etched in.
Mm-hmm. I would like to make you know that thing where you put the paper on and you go,
A rubbing.
thank you. Got it.
Okay, you'll need a lot of paper because it's etched across the door.
I wanna do a section of it. I don't know. Just like a small portion. I do have a ridiculous amount of parchment, but
Okay.
outside
yeah, you do.
Which part of it would you like to make a rubbing of?
let's just try the word living
Okay,
for shits and giggles.
rub that across. Get a nice little rubbing on your piece of paper. It says living. It's a little scratchy around.
Not helpful.
I'll grab Nadine's skull again and try. I don't know. Needs is dead. Crib's alive.
Criv, you take the skull off the pedestal.
Yeah, we tried that. And I think we're done messing with that for right now. Someone take it.
Okay.
Does it let me?
You just go to the door with Neen's skull?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have high expectations.
The door parts a little bit in front
Oh!
of Criv.
Stay my quarter staff.
Stick it in! Stick it in!
I will go grab. I will like rush up the stairs and grab another skull and bring it down.
Yeah,
Robbie,
same.
bring the damn skulls! Just bring them all!
Yeah, I'll grab some skulls.
Yeah, I grab some skulls and help him out and just run over.
Okay. So
Just start
Criv is there with Neen's skull. approach the door with the skull, and the doors start opening. Ravi and Arvistan rush and grab more skulls. Do you run up to catch up with Kriv?
I would be very careful because I'm still handing people skulls.
Yeah.
So what do you guys do as Kriv's waiting for these doors to open? Come back with. You probably don't take the broken skulls. You take like the ones that all have ice on them, but you get all the ones that were yours from before, and a few extras, whatever you can, and rush back.
I keep one. Give the rest to Hashite, I guess. Robbie
I would keep one. I'd have one to Hashite, and I'd have one to Sequus, so everybody has one.
Okay.
And I guess we start moving towards the door.
I'm gonna make sure I have all of mine. I'm possessive.
That's fair.
You have what, 4 of them?
Yeah.
Okay. So Kriv, the doors start opening in front of you. Ravi has a skull. Arvistan has a skull. Hashite comes with her skulls. They all come to the door with you, and then it slams shut again.
Well, it was a lie.
I don't think so. I think we got a hint.
Robbie, what if just you try? Is it like one?
Yeah, put the other skulls back. The ones I think we first start putting the skulls back. Because you had a skull that we brought freshly with us, correct?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna put back the skulls that were already here back into the spots that they were.
Okay.
No, wait. Before we do that, and then waste time. Let's just walk away and see if the door starts opening before we put the skulls in the pillar.
Maybe Kriv needs to just go by themselves.
Or
we try just Robbie with a skull.
Yeah, or maybe it's just one by one that can go through it.
Maybe it has to be a friend.
Maybe it just have to be a fresh...
Because you like Neens, that's what I mean.
Oh my god.
Maybe I don't think Kriv encountered Neens directly
gotta...
before he died.
But when you guys decide exactly what you're going to do, I need to hear very specifically what your plan is going to be.
Robbie here, and Robbie needs skull. You try it.
Well, do you guys want to try to back up then again?
Yep.
Okay, do all of you back away from Ravi? Very specifically, please.
Yeah, why not?
I do.
Robbie do it by himself.
Let's stay with Robbie first.
We want to know if it's indicative of who's holding it and what skull.
No, I think I figured it out, and I have no skulls with me, and I'm staying with Robbie.
Okay, Robbie, do you just have Neen's skull, or do you have the other one that you had from before?
Nope, just Neens.
Okay, the door remains shut.
Okay,
get the hell over here. It's probably
I'm
a ratio.
It's just to see, and just
drag Arvistan away.
I'm just going away now.
Okay. When Arvistan leaves and Ravi approaches the door with Neen's skull, the doors start to open.
So it's 1-to-1. It's a ratio.
Okay. Let's try it without Neem's skull and try a different skull, and that'll tell us if it has to be a recent dead person or not, because. And looking at Sequus, when Sequus did something, he was the only... By what he told us, he had to make sacrifices, and that might be...
I'm going to walk over there, and I'm going to switch Neen's skull out with the fanged one from the other room.
Okay, and then you back away from Ravi?
Uh-huh. Okay.
As you approach, the door is shut again, but then when you back off, they start to open.
Okay, so it's just any skull, but it has to be a 1-to-1 ratio.
Okay, I say one more person with one more skull comes.
Why don't we, just for the sake of it, use one of yours, Hajute, because, I mean, yours were harvested personally, so, I mean, that's our closest bet to new. If that's a thing. I don't know.
Well, you can always go ahead up with Neens, yeah? He's the most recent.
So who else is approaching? Anyone?
I'll approach with a different skull.
Which one are you taking? Anyone specific?
No, just
The
what?
hobgoblin.
Just
The
just give him the
hobgoblin.
hobgoblin skull.
Okay.
Okay.
You knew that
No.
guy.
Robbie is up there with the lizard skull. And Arvistan comes up with the hobgoblin skull. The door slam shut.
Mm-mm.
Arpstan, grab another skull. Like 2. Like, hold 2.
Okay.
Okay. You hand
Grab
them another
another.
skull, you back away, they stay closed.
Maybe Arvistan's a bad example. He leans more dead.
I mean, you do have a point there. Maybe Kriv or Hashita, you want to try out and see?
I think
if it
Kriv should.
changes? Okay, go Kriv.
I've
And
already kind of opened the door.
I give them the skulls. I give them.
Stu
Water.
needs again.
Yeah.
So Robbie with one
Robbie
skull and Kriv with one skull.
Yes.
You've got doors opening. You can sit there and wait for them to open, and then just the two of you go in if you want.
Oh, so they're continuously open. They're not just like hovering like right here.
Yeah, it goes slowly. But yeah, it's like if someone else is approaching, they'll shut themselves again. But it's up to you.
Does it keep opening when Kriv goes over there with another skull or no?
Yes.
Okay, so I can't go through. I've been resurrected twice.
Well,
I'm gonna give him all
that's-
my skulls then.
And I'm half wood, so that is why I can't go through there, because every
know
time
what,
that I get
Arvistan,
close.
You
What is
probably
living?
don't need one. You probably don't need a skull. That's probably what it is. You probably just no skull.
No, because I already stand next to him with no skull and the door shut. That was
true.
one of my experiments.
Here,
So
take all
I
of these. I'm gonna walk up with the bat one.
With the bat
I'm
Yeah.
gonna stay behind.
and no others.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna stay behind. I'm not there.
By a stroke of luck that I may or may not explain to you later, the doors will continue to open as Hajite approaches.
Stroke of luck.
Now, there's a horse and a bird and a wolf. Are they not coming in? I guess is the question.
I don't see. The problem is I don't actually know what the answer to the riddle is. Like, I know it has to do with skulls and bringing in something living and something dead, but I don't know like what constitutionalizes an acceptable skull.
And why Arvistan doesn't work.
Yeah.
Is it? I don't know, man.
Yeah,
Is it
I won't be able to
something
go
you
in.
murdered directly?
No, I won't. It's because of
dead.
how my body is composed.
Do you have to have like an elf one?
No, it's just
That
how
doesn't
my
make any
body
sense.
is.
I'm holding a bat.
I
Yeah.
don't know, dude.
It's how my body is, because my body is not fully flesh. It's part wood now and fey. So probably fey. It's only living and dead, not fey. So I can't go in.
I mean, that's entirely possible.
So you guys go ahead and try to find the answers, and I guess I'll just stay behind and take care of the animals back here.
I will look at Sequus as the doors are slowly opening.
Yeah.
Seeing as how we obviously have found a way to open the doors, can you confirm if his theory is correct?
I can't say why Arvistan is not able to go with you, but I do agree with him.
Well, here's the thing. Shell won't trust anyone but me with the egg, I don't think. But Shell will not let me leave with the egg.
Try closing shell, getting shell close to you since it's a living, and put a skull on her.
I do
Try a
not think
skull
we
on
should
her.
try to. I do not think we should try to bring Shell into this. That is a terrible idea.
I mean, or
The baby
Hashite,
head.
or Hashite is gonna have to stay behind.
No.
And I think
No.
it's best for all of you to go together.
I think we just go with the team as it is. Arvistan, you're perfectly capable of watching after animals. I mean, you're a ranger, for Christ's sake.
And seconds.
Yeah,
The
But-
baby.
but
Think
the
of
thing-
the baby.
but the thing is that, yeah, Shell's not gonna let me handle the baby.
Well, I imagine that the baby will just go to its mother the way that, I don't know, baby animals often do? Question mark?
Hajite has the egg.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
Exactly. That's what we're talking about.
Can I loop my bag over Shell's head?
You can take off your backpack and place it on Shell. She's got like a saddle and like accoutrements on her that you could hitch it to.
Yeah, that's
When Hajite does that and then comes back to the door.
Oh, I broke it.
It's the
There it is.
egg. It's the egg.
Well, I guess the egg's coming along.
That's not good.
But can Shell?
That's not good at all. I'm just gonna bring Shell to the door.
The door does not open.
Oh shit! No.
Well, alternative. Okay, hang on. Me and Kriv can just go too.
True.
But this is the chance to talk to a god.
I mean, honestly, Hashite and I have nothing to do with this god, but it's all about Kriv and Robbie because they actually have.
This got nothing to do with
I
me.
think Hajite might have some stuff to say. I can't imagine anyone would have nothing to be able to talk to Freyor about.
I mean, if we look at like
There's a giant
Robbie with his
bug monster attacking the world right now, and
Yeah,
talking to a
but
god could be useful.
we're talking about Robbie's god and a possibility of the brother of the lightning dragon or knowing about the brother of the lightning dragon.
What about if we brought Shell, the egg, Kriv, an additional skull alongside of it?
That's what I was trying to say. Like, put a skull on Shell and see if Shell can actually go through when the door's open.
Do you want to do that?
Yeah, let's give it a shot. Worst case
Sure.
scenario, it doesn't open.
Okay. Who has a shell skull?
It has to be Hashite because Hashite has a baby and Hashite can handle Shell right now better than anyone.
Okay, so are you gonna hand Hajite another skull?
Yeah, that was
Yes.
the plan. But
And Hashite's gonna put it on Shell.
Okay.
in the bird's pocket.
Put on the little bit on the front of the saddle that you're supposed to like hang on to. Just kind of like pop a skull on top of it. Once Arvistan backs away, the doors start to open again.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. You got this, right, Arvistan? Don't die. Don't let that guy leave.
I mean, I'll do whatever I can. You guys have good luck, take care, and yeah, ask what we need to know.
All right. So the doors do open slowly. It's dark on the other side of the doors. And I need another Constitution saving throw from all of you because it's even colder on the inside than it is out here.
I have failed my first one. I got a 9.
Oh, shell crit. That's good because she's at level 3 right now. She doesn't need to get any more.
A 4.
14.
Okay. That means gotta check the old notes real quick and make sure. All of you failed.
Sick. I don't even know what the next one does.
Hajite, you're up to level 2. Exhaustion. Kriv, you've made it to level 3. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Ravi's at level 1. Shell remains at level 3. I'll double check and make sure. Just it shouldn't be anything horrible that's happening to you, but don't get any more fights because they probably won't go well.
Dang it! I can't fight the god.
Do the doors keep open when they're going in, or they close behind them?
They stay open, but you can't see past them.
Okay.
Hajite, your speed gets cut in half. And Kriv, your speed was already in half, but now you have disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws. So any d20 roll is disadvantaged now. When you get in, your eyes have to adjust a little bit to how much darker it is. Then I'd like everybody to make a perception check.
Robbie's used to it. Don't worry.
Yeah, he's just not seeing. Let's see here. That's
I
not
can
terrible.
see in the dark.
Yeah, Hajite is going to not have too much difficulty.
That's an unnatural 20.
It's pretty good.
18.
Also pretty good.
14.
Okay, not as good, but that's okay. You don't necessarily need to be able to see.
That's with this.
What Ravi and Hajite will see is that the chamber on the other side of the door is actually very small. It's probably about 20 feet in diameter. And in the middle of it, towards the opposite wall, but not quite all the way flush against it, there is a stone chair. You don't know if it was carved purposely to look like that or if it was just a sort of natural formation in this cavern that's somewhat in the shape of a chair. It's covered in a great pillar of ice, which encases in the seat a man in rusted armor. You see his arms are frozen down to the armrests. The ice covers him all over, but exposes his face. He looks freezing cold. His lips are blue. He's sort of stammering as he's sitting there, but he does not look any older than Ravi. He looks like a fit young man. He's got very clean, youthful features, and he has long, jet black, straight hair that's encased in the ice behind him. And he just sort of quivers and looks at you. Can't look away. He can't move himself.
That's Robbie.
It's an honor to meet you.
It's been a long time.
Are you trapped here?
In a manner of speaking, yes.
Could we free you?
No. You're Ravi, right?
I am.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I see you've brought some people with you.
These are my friends. This is Kriv and Hazote.
Hello.
Hi.
Do you know what the state of the world is? Do you know what's going on?
It seems the same as it's always been. People living and dying.
What do we call you?
You can call me anything you like, but my name was Freyor.
Was?
When I was out in the world, I don't know what they call me now.
Still Freyor.
Why did you come here?
We need help. I mean, I suppose on the most basic of levels, you're right. People are living and people are dying, but there's so much more than that right now.
I don't know what you mean.
A creature that calls itself the Judge is absorbing corpses, has destroyed all of her continent, really. There are monsters that are spewing maggots that are taking over people's minds as they're assimilating into some sort of singular consciousness. They,
Not corpses.
no, living beings. My apologies.
This sounds unfortunate. But sometimes that's the way of the world.
Do you mean that this has happened before, or that this is just a thing that happens?
Some living things kill others. It's not new or outside the norm.
What if it's unnatural?
Weird.
We are searching for a power to defeat this creature. I was hoping that you would have it and be willing to help us, or I suppose at the very least tell us where it is. We believe it's somewhere here on Taufel, but it's a big continent and it's a long way to look.
The power you seek is beyond your imagining. It would be unwise to take from this place. I cannot help you.
Why not?
Power that you speak of is a curse. I won't let you harm yourself that way.
Why are you stuck here?
I can't go back. I don't deserve it.
And you think you have the right to tell us what we can and cannot do in order to protect the things that we care about?
It's not a matter of right. It's a matter of choice.
And you aren't allowing us to make our own choices.
This is my choice. I will carry that burden for you.
Why have you made this choice? Like, you said you have all this power. If you could fix the problems, why wouldn't you fix them?
I came much the same as you, seeking that power, and I found it. And in taking that power, I doomed myself and my friends for eternity.
Doomed them to what?
To life, in my case.
What is Sequis to you?
I don't know that name.
You know our traveling companion.
I've spoken to Ravi.
Can you see?
I can see you now.
Would you be opposed if I lit up the room?
I don't think it's a good idea.
May I ask why?
I don't want to see.
You want to sit in the dark and spend all of eternity in the cold doing nothing.
This is my punishment.
Punishment that you gave to yourself.
That no one else could.
What's in this room?
All that you see before you.
What do you know of the Dragon Storm?
The storm is an old entity. Very dangerous.
We need to find its brother.
Which one?
I'll look at Kriv. Kriv, does the Dragonstorm have more than one brother?
It sounds like, yeah, I guess. And any brothers, all of them? They're all...
Allegedly, there's one here on Taufel? Unless they're both here on Taufel?
home.
There is another here on Taufel, but you will not see him.
Okay.
Why not?
There are two brothers on Taufel.
He lies to the north, but you cannot reach it.
Why not?
The way is barred.
With ice, with gates, with what? With mountains?
I have sealed it.
Why?
I already told you that power there is not for this world. It's too much.
Well, right now, the power of the world is a giant monstrosity that's going to devour everything unless we stop it.
Ravi, if you take the power from Taufel, you will be worse than the trouble you face now.
What makes you say so? Why couldn't I theoretically wish the creature away, and then we just dissipate the power, we get rid of it, whatever else?
You cannot be rid of it.
Could any of us, make the choice then not to use it?
I have tried.
Well, I mean, if you haven't used it, then isn't that proof that you can choose not to use it?
The power has granted me life eternal. I cannot give it back.
Is that what you wished for?
I thought I could save everyone. I thought I could give it to world. But it doesn't work that way.
So what is your worth here?
I have none.
Could you stop the judge if you wanted to?
I don't know.
Do you know how it was made?
No.
So have you just given up on doing anything to be beneficial at all to the rest of this planet?
I understand that you are angry. I deserve that. I should have stayed with my people.
Do you mean like never have come to Taofel, or like stayed at the side of your allies?
I should not have come. It's not worth it, Ravi.
I don't want to question your wisdom, but you must understand from our perspective, it looks like it's this or annihilation.
Eventually, everyone will die. Everyone but me.
What the hell were you running from that you needed to come all the way out here?
It doesn't matter now.
It does. Was it any of this nonsense that's going on right now? Or did you just have a problem and you ran away from it?
I was running toward something.
What?
Hope.
Hope? Hope for what? That no one will ever die ever again? That's ridiculous. You'll lose your value on life.
I wish I knew that then.
We're not you.
I'm sorry to disappoint.
I get it. Like, I understand why you did the things that you did, and I actually don't, I don't begrudge them for you. And even if you made the mistake, it doesn't mean that we will. And again, you're right. Everything lives and everything dies. But I want to give as many people the choices of how they live as possible. And this thing is going to take that will away from so many that regardless of my inevitable death, whether it's today or tomorrow or 100 years from now, as someone with the power to help, I think that I have the obligation to. And I would like to think that you empathize with that. So, again, I ask that you help us try to choose how to live. If everything's in vain, then what does it matter? You said everything dies anyway. If we fail and everyone dies, then the outcome is exactly the same as you predicted. If you're wrong, and we find a way to save people, then we have given so much love and joy and friendship to the world that is otherwise running out. So much of the hope that you are running to, we can give back to this world.
We aren't above giving ourselves to help others.
We already made that decision that any one of us would rather ourselves suffer if it meant we have a chance of helping with any of these problems right now.
It's not about us. Or we wouldn't be here. This would be a huge pain in the ass if it was about ourselves.
Even then, you came here out of love for your family, and I need to meet this brother to get my family back. And right now, you're the one keeping me from that.
You don't see death as a mercy. Maybe it's harder for someone so young.
Just because you hope for death, because you've been around too long, doesn't mean the rest of us do. It's not about saving everyone from death. It's about giving them a chance at living, at least temporarily. That's the way that you appreciate life. Knowing that there's an end to it eventually. But an immediate end to the entire planet doesn't benefit anyone.
I was going to go silent for a little bit. You guys got anything else to say to Freyor?
I'm pissed.
I would probably take a...
Hajite's reaction is the same as Sequus's reaction when he met Freyor.
I would walk forward towards him until I'm, like, directly in front of him.
He does not move. You're not certain if he can or cannot move. Because while he is frozen to this throne, and he looks all, to all of you, nothing different than a pitiful man stuck here in a cave, he is a god. But he does, he just watches you as you walk up to him.
The man who raised me is at this point in the last stage of his life.
Gregor.
Yes. And I bet if you were to reach out and ask him if he wished for the mercy of death, he would say no.
You would have me speak to him?
Yes.
Freyor closes his eyes. And he's just kind of silent for a moment. Do you stay up there next to him?
Yeah.
Okay. He sort of half opens them again. And he just kind of wonders aloud to himself. Why? What is he clinging to?
Hope, if you're wondering.
That quiet room will get pierced by a loud, shrill sound. A braying squawk.
Oh no!
Shell starts screaming and tearing at your back, Hajite.
It has
Okay. Fully said it.
She tips over the backpack on the ground, and you see the egg kind of slowly rolls out, but it gets stuck. It's not able to continue rolling, and you'll see that there's a nudge on the edge of it, like a little piece that's sort of broken away.
I want to pick up the egg and set it back on the bag. It does not need to be on the ice, Shell.
There's
Does not.
a tiny little tooth, sort of like, is expanding this little cracked hole on the side of it.
Well,
I'm gonna move over to the side so Freyor can watch the egg hatch.
we're gonna watch birth today.
It sort of cracks out. Shell makes a weird sound that you've never heard before. That's sort of like a rumbling, cooing sound. It's like really deep and chested. It's almost like she's not like exhaling it at all. It's just like coming, like vibrating inside of her lungs. And the whole thing like kind of shakes. You'll see like one big section will sort of crack and snap apart. And as that lifts up, there's like a foot right next to that beak. And it's just like all jammed in, like trying to claw its way out. A dark black foot. And they sort of start like, it just continues to go. Does anyone do anything with this egg as it's hatching?
I'm just gonna make sure that it doesn't immediately fall out onto the ice. Just like.
Okay. You sort of snaps off pieces. Shell will like gingerly lick at like separated pieces of the egg shell that aren't part of like the continuous largest ovoid shape, and just sort of pull them off as the baby sort of springs into the world. It slowly makes its way out. It sort of fumbles. It's wet with the embryo and like sticky. But you can already see some of the coloration patterns on it. Its legs are jet black and it has a black beak. But you could see on the rest of it, while there's sparse, like not really feathers coming in just yet, there's sort of like a shift in tone on its skin that makes you think it'll be sort of like fiery red and orange when they actually do grow. And Shell nuzzles up next to it and sort of like wraps a wing around it. You don't know how to sex a bird, so you don't know what gender this bird is, so anybody's guess right now.
I'm gonna pat Shell on the head.
Ravi, you turn around. Freyor is full weeping.
I will rest my hand on his.
You can kind of like place it there, and there's like a layer of ice, but you could feel it just go away until you're actually resting your hand on his hand. The rest of him stays frozen.
It's okay, Shell. Good job, Mama. I'm gonna name you Husk. Had a long journey to think about that one. Think it's a good name.
So long as Shell agrees. Because she's going to let you know if she doesn't.
What's she gonna do about it?
I named her Shell.
Freyor kind of like crackingly whispers out towards you, Ravi. You say, I have only seen death for thousands of years.
Well, then use the next few thousands to see life. You have time, you have the ability.
You have literally nothing better to do.
And I think, just as importantly, it's easy when what you wanted to happen doesn't come to fruition. It's easy to want to stay in solitude and say that you gave it a shot. And you did. But you're too great to let that be the last thing you do. There are too many people still fighting, the young, the old, and everyone in between. And maybe it is foolish, but I still believe in you. And I'm not going to lie that this entire journey has frustrated me with you a lot of times, but I would be lying if I said that the reason why every person in this room is alive is because of you, in one way or another. Every spell I have cast was because of you. I learned magic through dreams that I had of you. And I don't know how else to explain that. I would go to sleep one day, and I'd wake up and I knew things that I never knew before, and the only thing that made sense was you. And I have used those spells to help so many people. I have seen the lives that you have not, and it is worthwhile. It's worth fighting for, and that's why we're here. And I know what Sequus thought when we were coming along, and I made peace with myself that when I got here, that even if everything went to shit and you sent us away, I was still going to keep fighting because there is no other option. Because I know the beauty of this world that I have seen, and these people keep fighting despite the terrible things that have happened to them, and they deserve that chance. So I ask you, please help us.
Can say, will you share in the responsibility of the good and the love and the hope, as well as the pain and the fear and the death?
Of course.
he'll shift ever so slightly, and you'll hear a rumble from the other room. He'll say, "Go at your own risk. I leave with you a warning. The power I gained in Taufel made me akin to a god. But the price wasn't just my life. There must always be balance. My death cannot claim me. But he is still here."
Do you mean the Dragonstorm's brother?
No. I mean, this power made two gods.
Who is the second?
The other is also me. He is my death. He cannot claim me, but he will take you.
Does it mean that the judges stopped and the world carries on as if it didn't exist?
If you succeed,
That's an acceptable fate.
go quickly. He is already coming.
I will look at the other two inside of the room. Well, it looks like we might get a chance to fight a god.
Whoa. Why does this keep getting harder?
Do not fight. You will not win. Run north.
We will go north. I suppose not necessarily a final question. Are the other gods real?
We are like gods, but there are none.
Do you know of the other liked gods?
I have seen the dragons, but none other.
How many brothers does the storm have?
don't know for sure. I know of at least two, but I also know there are more.
Well, shit.
Well, I'm pretty sure that Njord is coming. And that's not great. So you don't know about Lucurial or Tenegriel, if they're at godlike status themselves?
They're younger than me.
Okay. And I will slowly release his hand. Thank you.
I will see you again, Ravi.
Either in this life or the next. And I'll give him a nod.
This life is the only one I'll ever have.
He's not going to the Robbie.
The planet will blow up eventually.
He's not going to the dead thing.
Do you leave Freyor at that point?
I will look at the other two, see if they're done with their questions.
I want to touch him on the face.
He's cold, but you could feel where those tears were running down, that the tears were warm.
I'm going to say, you may not see it, but you've truly done a lot for us, so thank you. And then I'm going to walk out over it.
Okay. Kriv, anything for Freyor?
Oh, dude, that seems too big.
Let's have a quick sneak peek on what was happening on the other side of the door. While
Yeah.
we're talking to the god.
Could they hear voices?
The god who doesn't know who Zack was.
It was almost like being in a totally different dimension. Past the door is a different place. So they couldn't see you in there, and you could not see the other side of the door from the inside.
So, Sequez, what do you think they're talking in there, huh?
Awkward.
You're already talk with them. Like, what do you ask them? Like,
Sequez stands up from the fallen timber that he was on.
what does he look like, huh? Oh, like million question kid.
Arvistan,
Yeah.
you've done well to bring Ravi here. I'm impressed.
I mean, I didn't bring him. We all came together, and
But-
we are all friends, and so we protect each other. So yeah, you know.
But you've been very helpful in protecting Ravi, haven't you?
Not just Robbie, everybody. Yeah, I mean, we protect each other.
I will see you when your time in Taufel is done.
What do you mean? Are you leaving right now? Are you gonna leave me? Please don't leave me here. This is crazy. Are you not gonna wait for them to come over here?
It's much too dangerous for me to remain. I'll be on my ship. When you have what you need, I'll reacquire you.
Wait, hold on a second. So, if you're gonna get the hell out of here, can you, do some of your crazy magic for when the others come back here, we can just, teleport, poof, over there to your, and not deal to your boat and not deal, anything with all these monsters and all these skeletons and stuff like that?
I cannot. But he puts a big hand on your shoulder, Arvistan. He says, I have every faith that you will succeed in delivering Ravi to me.
Okay, you're sounding a little bit creepy right now. Like if you had some kind of power on me or what, but I mean, sure, I mean, we're all going over there, so it's not just Robbie. Now, why are you so interested in Robbie, if I may ask? I mean, you've seen pretty close to him lately for the little time that you've known him.
I don't think plans need to be discussed with pawns. You...
Whoa. Hey, I kill stuff, okay? I'm not just a simple pawn. But at the same time,
Sure.
What do you mean by pawn?
Well, part of what I mean is your line of questioning is being answered by me by my own grace.
Okay.
And at any point that I choose not to answer, and I do not, I still know that you will enact my will.
Huh? Okay. Okay, you're sounding really creepy right now, bro. Like, I take like a couple step back from him. Like, you're too close right now. You're being weird. Is this cold and cave affecting you or something like that?
Just keep him safe and bring him back.
I mean, we always try to keep everybody safe, so yeah, I mean, that's asking more than what you should be asking for, you know?
You are aware of what will happen if you fail.
No, not really. But I guess you'll tell me eventually, right? I mean...
I won't need to tell you. It'll simply happen. I recommend you get ready to move.
To move what?
I hope Ravi has more success with Freyor than I did. But if he does, we'll have company here soon. Well, you will.
No, company, who? Who's coming? Are those skeletons coming again?
Sequus opens a dimension door,
Yo!
steps through it, and disappears.
Are you really leaving me? Oh, come on! The fuck's wrong with this guy?
I was to make a perception check.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one. 15 plus 7.
22.
23? 22. There we go.
You hear a scraping sound coming from the cavern behind you, from where you came in from. It sounds like metal tearing against metal.
I start screaming, guys!
Comes in portions like a shing, cream, scream.
Guys!
The best sound I've heard in my life.
I didn't want to make I was like, you can imagine what it really sounds like, which is awful and would hurt your ears and my head, and I don't want that to happen. So we know what we're talking about.
Can I just take a peek and see what I can see?
You look around the corner, you like look down that hallway that has the pillars with the skulls that were all on them, and down towards the end as far as you could see down that part of the cavern. You can see cold wind start moving in. Bits of flakes of ice and snow come rushing up from that back side of the cavern closer towards you. You feel a chill down your spine, not from the cold, but from fear.
I don't see anything at all. Just
Not yet.
the sound.
You can hear it. It doesn't sound like it. You should be able to see it right now. It sounds like it's a little further back still.
I go the closest that I can without the door closing. Like, please hurry! I'm all alone.
All right, they will come out to you, Arvistan. Ajite is a little baby swaddled up.
What the God?
I got some bad news. We gotta go now, Arvistan.
Oh, you don't say? Don't you hear that screeching noise? Something's coming, bro. Esek was just opened some weird thing and just poof, he just disappeared.
Do I see any other exits outside of running right towards this thing?
Immediately when you come out of the door, there is an opening in the wall that was not there before.
I'm gonna start like, let's go, let's go, let's go.
All right, whatever you say. That sound is so scary. Oh!
Who's in the back of the line as you start moving that way?
Me. I just tell them to move, hurry up, and they'll let the guy.
Okay.
Let them guide.
Arvistad, he turned to look at the entrance to this little part of the cavern, to this sort of room, this like ruined camp. You see that cold wind rush past, and you'll see just the glimmer of the figure that's causing it. An old metal-clad skeleton. He's got wispy white hair hanging off of him. He's dragging on the ground a greatsword. It looks almost identical to the one that Ravi summons with his spiritual weapon spell. It's got runes carved into it that you can just feel emanating with magical force. And he just slowly starts walking in your direction.
It's coming! Run! I can see it!
All right, that's where we'll call it this week.
Oh, shit.
That was pretty good, guys. I mean, we tried a lot of stuff on the door. Eventually, do we have an idea? Do we think we know how the door opens? No. Anybody?
On the dead, a skull, and the living. One item that is dead and a living person, but I couldn't because I've been raised from the dead and I'm not fully human.
Do you know why it takes one living and one dead?
No.
Both sides. Is it both sides of the
coin?
Gods, technically?
We don't have to worry about coin, but there is the symbol
manifestation of the two halves, right?
Yeah, the fact that the symbol is a scale, yeah. You gotta have balance.
Yeah, it's all about the balance of life and death. So we needed a balanced number. And we were able to make it in with the egg, which counts as alive, because Hajite has in her possession the censer, which contains a dead person.
Yeah!
Wait, sorry, can you repeat that?
You had a skull for everyone, but you did not have a skull for the egg, which was another living thing. But Ajite had the censer, which contains a ghost.
A fluke.
Which is another dead person.
Ooh.
You got lucky on that one. If anyone else had been holding the censer, I bet you all would have got really confused about how that's supposed to
work. She wasn't a pickpocket.
You saying if I didn't steal things?
What was I right about me not being able to go inside because of
you were not able to enter?
Yeah, but was I right because of how I am? Because half tree, half human.
I don't know. Trees are alive.
Yeah.
Are we good to go next week? I think it's Bastille Day. I don't know if you guys are busy.
I don't have a Bastille to storm, so I think it should be good.
I have an emergency French Revolution party, but I can miss it.
Could happen. You never know.
We could do another one.
It's my grandfather's birthday. Fun fact.
Oh, cool. All right. Well, then, thank you guys for playing. I thought that was great. Thank you for talking to Freyor. That could have got south really quick, but I think that was a great exchange. Yeah. Okay, then. Well, until next time, thanks for playing. Bye-bye.